Hello and welcome back. I'm Michelle and I am the founder of Yellow Pilates. I've got another movement snack for you using the Overball. So today we're going to focus on some more seated and maybe a little bit of lying down position. So with a seated position, I want you to feel comfortable with your head right on top of your pelvis. So that might mean sitting up on a block or on a hard book or a cushion, something that elevates the hips a little bit and gives your hips a bit more space. And with the legs, you can do what you like with them to begin with. They could be stretched out in front, they could be bent out to the side. It really depends on kind of how tight your legs and your hips feel. So whatever suits you best, and you can play around as we go. You're going to start with the ball on your left-hand side. See if you can find your head feeling like it's right on top of your pelvis. Maybe even close your eyes for a moment. And we want the ball just slightly in front of your hips. So you're not right off to the side, you're not behind with the ball, slightly in front. And then breathing in here. As you breathe out, let your hand and arm just gently press down into the ball. And as you do this, allow the shoulder blade just to slide down the back of the body away from the ear, and then release that pressure. Breathing out, pressing down into the ball, maybe just 30-40%, and then let that release. Good, so we're going to do this a few times, and you might even be able to notice that the muscles down the side of your back, down the side, maybe a little bit of waist, a little bit of back, are firing up. So they're your lat muscles. Breathing out. Pressing down. And we also want a little bit of something around the center, around the trunk as well. Last one, exhale, pressing on down. Good, other side. So these are all really good movements if you're often quite tense in the neck and the shoulders, to let that release and ensure that other muscles around the body that are supporting the shoulders and the neck are working as effectively as they can be. So pressing down and release. If they're not working quite as effectively, we're not going to have that balance across the body, and other muscles are going to have to work a wee bit too hard. So maybe muscles more around the neck and the shoulders, which give you that kind of tenseness. And release. Good, 2 more. And last one, pressing down. And release there. Lovely. Again, whatever suits best with you with the legs, we're going to add a little side bend here. So maybe the ball comes slightly more to the side. You're going to roll the ball away and take your other arm over with you. Now, it's tempting to let your sit bone leave the ground here. We're going to try and resist that. So ground both your sit bones into the floor. The shoulder slides away from the ear, and then rolling it back. Breathing out, rolling the ball away. Inhale, come back. 2 more. Inhale, come back. And last one. And coming on back. Lovely stuff. Other side, so about 4 or 5 each side. Rolling the ball away. And hopefully if you're keeping your sit bone down, you're going to feel a stretch all the way down the side of the body there. Breathing out. Inhale, come back. Last 2. And last 1. And back to the center. Brilliant stuff. Okay, from here, let your legs come out in front if they're not already. Remember, you can have a bend, you can sit up on something. We're going to roll down through the spine. So the chin nods towards the chest. Let it hang. And then see if you can roll down 1 vertebra at a time, down along the spine, all the way to what feels like your an end point, length through the spine. I'm sure the hamstrings are feeling like they're stretching, breathing in here. And breathing out. The tailbone leads you, get the pelvis upright. Let the rest of the spine restack one vertebra at a time. Head comes back on top of the spine. Brilliant. 2 more like that. Exhale, chin nods towards the chest. Let the feet feel fairly relaxed. Breathing in here. And breathing out, rolling all the way down. I think I just said, let the chin feel relaxed, didn't I? I'll have to rewatch that. Can the chin feel relaxed? I don't know. But the back of the neck certainly can. Breathing in. Breathing out. Coming all the way back up to that tall spine. Super, really nice. So then from here, let's come down onto your back. And we're going to work the abdominals a little bit more. So why don't we take your legs to a tabletop position, one lifts and then the other. And then I wonder if we can lengthen those legs out. So don't worry if you need a little bend still in the legs. From here, we're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, let the chest and head lift, pass the ball round the legs, and then the other side. So what we're after here is reversing the direction each time and really drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Exhale. If the legs being lengthened is a bit much, you could try with a more bent knee. 2 more. And last one. Good. This time, the ball's going to come between the feet, and we're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, reach for the ball. My legs aren't very long, so maybe they're between your feet, or maybe more like your calves or your knees. And then take the ball back behind you. Bend the knees. Exhale, pass the ball. Arms come back behind you. Inhale, take the ball. Exhale, back behind you. 2 more. Drawing your tummy muscles in towards your spine. So deep abdominal still. Last one. Oh, and then let that all relax. Good. Pop the ball to one side and let the knees just fall one way and then the other. Lovely, lovely stuff. All right, so then let's have a little stretch of all that. So the ball's going to come right underneath the bottom of your spine. Maybe a little bit more pelvis. And then if you hug one knee in towards you, and you can have as many contact points as you like, both hands, one hand, no hands, and lengthen your other leg away from you. So hopefully you'll feel a bit of a stretch around that front hip flexor. And let's take some big breaths here. Maybe even close your eyes. Lovely. And then when you're ready, let's try the other side. Remember, use as many hands. If you've got more than 2, use more than 2 hands into the ground. Letting the head relax. Take a breath in. And out. Good. And then from here, if you bring your arms back down onto the ground, and maybe take your legs somewhere up towards the ceiling. Again, bend them if you need. And then can we take one leg forward, one leg back, and then circle the legs round like a bit of a clock. And then reverse it, circling the legs round and back together. We'll do that a few times. And change. Last one. Good. And then let that all settle. Take the ball from underneath the bum, underneath the pelvis. And if you come onto your hands and knees and just send your bum back towards your heels, letting the head relax. And wherever this is for you again, just whether the hips are high or lower down. Breathing in and out. And then let's come back up onto your hands and knees. Knees a wee bit wider. And from here, we're going to take your left arm up towards the sky, breathing in and breathing out, threading on through. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, threading through. And the same on the other side. Inhale, we open up. And exhale, threading through. Last one, breathing in. And breathing out. Lovely stuff. And then from here, let's come onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. And if you just walk your hands back towards your knees, let the feet or the knees come off the ground, and then see if you can plant the heels into the ground. Send your bum up towards the sky, and we'll roll up all the way to standing from here. As you exhale, let the pelvis tuck under. Let the arms feel really floppy. Head's the last thing to lift. Looking out in front of you. And let that all relax. Well done, fantastic job. Another perfect movement snack with the Overball. I'll put a link below in the description if you haven't got yourself an Overball yet, and if you'd like to get one, and if you've got any questions, feel free to get in touch. Just email hello@yellowpilates.com. See you again soon.